Being a mom in America, if it comes down to me taking out myself and my kids versus us being taken and harmed by ICE, like, God help me, I did not want to do it. This is not the life I wanted. But that is a very dark thought that I've had. Death would be a easier out.
I'm sick of these kind of characters.
Than for my children to be taken and harmed by these pedophiles. To even have these thoughts, it's like I'm literally separating from reality right now.
Oh, it's crazy. Put him in one of them crazy buckets.
What's wrong, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Hey, honey bunny. Well, Onyx came to work today. I don't know if you'll be able to see her. What about there? No. Honey bun. There's your nose. Well, anyway, liberalism is very odd. And this woke mom has the whole internet extremely concerned because she's filming videos and saying that she would rather erase her own kids and herself than be arrested by ICE. She posted these videos, it posted another video, by the way, appearing to purchase a tool to do it. Very, very, very concerning. Liberalism is a horrible, horrible disease, and it affects millions of Americans. It oftentimes doesn't get this bad. It doesn't get, go terminal. It doesn't metastasize like this. But this is crazy, and this woman needs to, if she has her kids, needs to, hopefully somebody in her life will come save them. I have a couple of videos from her that I wanted to show you. Here's this one. Do any other moms think this way? Please tell me I'm not alone.
I really pray it doesn't get...
What is going on with her face?
Love. That's all you care about. What about weapons? What about domination of the enemy?
All right, that's it. No more History Channel. This TV is for cartoons and video games only.
I'm not sure.
Bad enough. But being a mom in America, I had to stop walking for this. I often think that if it gets to the point of knocking on doors, God, and to even have these thoughts, it's like I'm literally separating from reality right now.
First of all, from the looks of it, this individual has zero chance of being deported or ever perceived as an illegal. She looks very white to me. I don't know, because these land whales will often use various filters. If you told me this is the same woman on the left as the right, I would believe you. But she does seem to have some dermal link piercings. I don't know. The fact that she's a mother makes me weep for her kids. Let's continue.
If it comes down to versus us being taken and harmed by ICE, God help me, I did not want to do it. This is not the...
Did you catch that?
What?
Me taking out myself and my kids.
These sick fantasies that these leftoids have, where they don't actually have any persecution in their real life. They want it so bad. It's why, really, if you go back to the Me Too stuff, you had a lot of women. I'm not saying there weren't creeps, right? I'm not saying there weren't men that deserve to be outed for bad behavior. But what I am saying is that there were, orders of magnitude, in my opinion, more women who were falsely accusing men to not only ruin their lives, but of course to gain victimhood currency and to further this fantasy in their life. The guy, the person's life they ruined, some men ended up taking their own lives after these accusations. Many men had their lives destroyed, careers destroyed, so that women could get internet clout, victimhood clout.
The life I wanted. But that is a very dark thought that I've had. Death would be a easier out than for my children to be taken and harmed by these.
What? Literally what? What? Huh? And by the way, look at the comments. I had mine since the election. Smartest decision I've ever made. Make sure you take it to the range so you know how to use it. Yes, that's a plan. Get yourself some lessons at the range. Get yourself well trained to prevent accidental harm. That's the plan. I'm going to take a self-defense class around handling, cleaning, and maintaining one. I don't know what's in her hand here, but apparently... So this is the same woman. Okay. See, this is why the internet is a disaster. You know, does she have a job? Now she uploads again. Look at her how she looks here, and look at her how she looks here, and then look at her how she looks here. It's like 3 different blobs. It's like Jabba the Hutt and his brother Daryl and his other brother Daryl. But look at this. She's trying to backtrack now, but sounds even crazier. Get those kids away from her and institutionalize this crazy person.
So one of my videos recently went viral and people are purposely misunderstanding it. I said, if the administration gets to a point, this is a thought that has occurred to me. I did not say my kids are at risk right now.
Yes, you did. You said, oh, boy, if ICE comes in, it'd be better for me to, just take everything out. She did not use the word administration. She did not use... I mean, again, I can look at this dork, Travaquin, on TikTok. I could look at this person immediately and what they've done to their face and tell you that they are an attention seeker. You have a couple piercings, that's fine. All right. Whatever this is on their face means I want people to look at me, and then I can pretend like I'm offended when they do. What she's uploading these videos is like, oh, I want to just bathtub my kids because, she's fantasizing about it.
Because of thoughts I'm having. It was a what if. You're telling me that if 10 people with guns show up at your front door threatening to knock it down, and you're going, I don't want to get tortured, murdered, whatever they might do.
What? What? Huh? What? Again, these fantasies. This woman has zero chance of getting deported, and she's going online and literally just making up this weird fantasy world.
That you...
By the way, ain't nobody want that. Nobody wants what you're offering. I can guarantee you. I wonder what her kids look like. No, Jeremy. No. I've been playing to Dad's Not Around. Anyway.
Wouldn't maybe have that thought process? And
no, nobody would have that. No normal person would have that quote unquote thought process. Well, I'm going to take myself and my kids out because I don't know what's on the other side of that door. Nobody would have, no normal person actually has that thought.
You keep telling me to get help, like a second therapist is going to do anything for me. And to
a second. So she already has one.
Be very clear, CPS has not contacted me. They're most likely not going to over a what if video. I do have a copy of it.
Now, I don't really support CPS because every story I've ever read on them. Now, I'm sure there are stories where they really got kids out of a bad situation, but I've also seen like a lot of stories where they take kids away from parents because, I don't know, they don't want to get them jabbed up or whatever the case is. Like, there's a lot of cases where that organization is not good, but of course, people are contacting CPS, and maybe they just do need to do a welfare check on these kids.
They all download when I post them. Now, if I came on the internet and said, I'm going to do this because this is happening, and that's obviously not happening, clear separation from reality, absolutely makes sense to call about it.
Her entire life is a clear separation from reality, just so we're clear. My brothers and sisters, like her whole existence is a clear separation from reality.
You guys are wasting time for likes and views, and again, on a what if thought process. Who knows? The administration may never even get to that point, and then all of you guys did this for what?
Well, I think people are worried about your kids because you're a lunatic. Even if, let's say, hypothetically, people say, oh, well, look, I can see what we have here is a clear sociopath, a clear attention seeker, a woman who is LARPing as a victim, as is all these ICE Karens. They all just really wish that they could be victims. They don't really want that, because if they were ever a victim, then they would immediately, you know, use their, as they would call it, white privilege to get out of that situation. But this is crazy. This is crazy. Again, look at this.
I am very glad that the news at least
Mega turned my story into a news story. She is loving every minute of this. Loving every minute of it. What's that other song? How's that song go? Anyway, she wanted this. She wanted to, she wanted this attention.
least reported what I said accurately, because you guys are coming to my page making it sound like I would off my children for any reason whatsoever. And here it says, if. There's the what if I'm talking about.
Well, again, let's go back to your original video and use your own words as a defense.
I really pray it doesn't get bad enough. But being a mom in America, I had to stop walking for this. I often think that if it gets to the point of knocking on doors, God, and like, to even have these...
Now, again, she's saying if it gets to the point of walking on doors, but now she's making the claim that her kids are actually safer because she's worked out that hypothetical scenario. Your kids are at risk, even if you're remotely thinking that. I didn't say it was the only option, just that it was one of the thoughts I've come across, and that it was dark. Kids are actually safer when you've thought about every what if, because it helps you think of every possible situation before the incident were to occur. What? What? I mean, I'm going to go ahead and be pretty sure that this individual is not going to be happy with what happens when CPS visits her. I'm almost certain, Child Protective Services will visit this individual. These people live in this bizarro victimhood world where they actually say, hey, I'm probably going to think about, doing something horrible just because, maybe. It's all a fantasy to them, but the problem is some of them will actually act on this, and it's terrifying for these people's kids. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.